into today's video. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial using the Berries palette by Juvias Place, which comes with 6 beautiful berry-like shades, 4 mattes, and 2 shimmers. So I'm going to be starting off with my Morphe M503, and I'm going to be taking that second shade on the first row and just buffing that into my crease. So I like to usually start off my eye looks with a softer color to buff my darker colors into. I find it's just a little bit easier for me to blend that way. It also creates a base for if I want to come back and then blend again with that softer color to blend out some of my harsher colors. So as you guys can see, I'm using a mix of kind of a circular motion and then the windshield motion to buff that into my crease. Next, I'm using my Morphe M149, which is kind of like a mini tulip shaped brush or a tapered brush, and I'm taking that second shade on the bottom row and buffing that deep into my actual crease. So I'm kind of actually even looking up a little bit so I can make sure that I'm literally buffing it right into kind of like my eye socket. So what I'm doing is I'm basically wanting to place that color right around my eye, trying to kind of give that deepened eye socket type look. I kind of like that look on eyeshadow when it looks like it's just really, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like, I want to say bronze, but we're not using shimmery or like gold colors, so I don't think bronze is the right word, but it's kind of just, I don't know, it just makes your eye just looks like, I don't know how to explain it, guys, but it looks really cool. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna buff that right into our eye socket crease. Okay, that's what I'm gonna call it, eye socket crease. So as you guys can see, once I have that color placed beautifully into my lid where I like it, I'm going to use my Morphe M535 just to blend that color out. When I'm applying it with my 149, I'm really just trying to get the product where I want it, and then I'll use my Morphe M535 to buff it and blend it out the way that I like it. And as you guys can see, I'm just taking my time using a conjunction of different motions to make sure I'm buffing it into my eyelid space the way that I want it to be. So just remember, when you're doing your eyeshadow, just take your time, okay? Because there's nothing worse than unblended eyeshadow, okay? You at least have to try. So that's all I'm doing here, is just continuing to buff it out until I get the desired look. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking that same tulip shaped brush, I believe it's the Morphe M149, and going into that deep berry color and adding that to our crease. I love this brush because it is so fine-tuned, I guess. It's a more finer buffing brush, so it allows me to control exactly where I'm placing the product. So what I did was I basically started on one end of my crease, and then I went into my inner corner, started on that end, and then connected the two throughout the middle. And that is how I'm getting that uniform kind of oval shape that basically outlines my crease. I love this look because, again, it gives this deep, I don't know how to explain it, I guess smoky look. That's the word I'm looking for, like a smoky buffed out look. So that's what I'm doing here. Here, as you guys can see, I am trying a little bit harder to make sure I'm blending the product as I'm going and not just applying it. Since we already have our eyeshadow applied here, I kind of want to save myself some time having to go back with my fluffy brush. So I'm basically just buffing that into my crease. You want to make sure you take all the time you need to blend your eyeshadow, baby girl. So now I am taking my eyeshadow base, and for anyone who's wondering, I am using the P. Lou's eyeshadow base in shade 1, which is Rumor. And I'm just taking a flat brush And I'm basically just kind of cutting out a small, this is not a cut crease, okay? But I'm cutting out a small section of my lid where I'm going to place my shimmer. So I'm going in with that first shade on the bottom row, and I'm literally just packing that onto where I highlighted my crease. This, of course, does not look like a cut crease. It's not intended to be a cut crease, but sometimes once you've been blending, it's nice to go back in with a little bit of eyeshadow base or concealer just so that you can make sure that lid color is gonna pop. So now I'm taking my Inglot 77 liner. You guys know this is my favorite gel liner. If you are looking for a super dark, super creamy, a stay on all day liner, you need the Inglot 77, okay? So that's what I'm using to basically line my eye. And I'm not doing a wing today. I literally just wanted to add some depth to the eye, so I decided to go for a line. You can drag your line out as far out as you want to. I just drug mine out just a little bit past the end of my eye, but do as you please. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is taking a white eyeliner and I'm going to be applying this to my waterline. Now, I don't know where I found this white eyeliner in my kit, okay, in my makeup stash, but it's the only white liner I had for some reason. However, the white eyeliner that you want to opt for is the NYX, I think it's supposed to be an eyeshadow base, or it could be a NYX cream shadow, whatever. It comes in a stick form, and it's the NYX Jumbo Pencil. That's what it's called. It's the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the color Milk. Okay, that's what you want. It's better than the one I used. So if you have that, then use that. And of course, just applying a little bit of mascara, Better Than Sex, before I apply my lashes. You know, eyeshadow is not complete without lashes. Once you start wearing lashes, you gotta keep going. So now I'm gonna outline the top of my brows and then go and finish the rest of my face. So now that my face makeup is applied, I'm going back into that first shade we used to apply all over our lid, and I'm smoking out my lower lash line. So I used to be one of those people who did not believe in wearing eyeshadow on the bottom of their eye. Do not ask me why. I just was immature and I just felt like it was an unnecessary step. But I can honestly say wearing eyeshadow on the bottom of your eye really does complete your eye look. So if you're one of those people that doesn't do it, start doing it. So now I'm going in with that darkest berry shade, that beautiful dark berry matte, and I'm smoking out that bottom lash line just a little bit more, just to connect the bottom of my eye with the top. So now on to my blush. I am going to be using the Juvias Place Blush Palette 2, and I believe this is the color La Senna, which is kind of like a soft peach color. I didn't want to necessarily go with any purples or super pungent pinks. I like my face makeup to complement my eyeshadow, but it doesn't necessarily have to match, if that makes sense. Sometimes when it matches, it just looks like you got a lot going on, okay? So I just went in with a soft pink blush, and I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks and dragging it back just a little bit. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go in with the top shade, which I believe is Yara from this palette. And I'm kind of using this as my bronzer. You can use a bronzer if you like. Because my eyeshadow was so pungent and so dark for me personally, I wanted to use something a little bit on the softer side. So once I've done that, of course, you have to have highlighter, okay? So I'm using my Everyday Highlighter, which is the Mwerzi collaboration with Anastasia. And it's a beautiful, just soft highlighter. It really complements my skin and my concealer, so it's what I use for everything. Now I'm going in with my all-time favorite pencil, Chestnuts, lining my lips and then going in with a new lipstick. This is a nude lipstick from Tarte. I do not know the name of this lipstick. It was actually like one of those little sample thingies that you get from Sephora, but it's a really soft, pretty cream color. I'm sure you can find something very close to this from NYX. And then going over that with a soft pink gloss. This is an e.l.f. Plumping gloss in the color Cosmo. And me personally, I love a glossy lip, so I made mine glossy. If you prefer matte, leave a matte. So I'm just going to apply 5 more layers of lip gloss because you know I love lip gloss. And this is pretty much the end of the tutorial. So I love you guys all so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. And I will see you guys in the next video.